Now, you might think of Canada as a land of friendly people, universal healthcare, and, well, a whole lot of moose. But what might surprise you is that nestled among those picturesque landscapes and Tim Hortons is a deeply troubling reality, a homelessness crisis that's spiraling out of control. On any given night, over 35,000 Canadians experience homelessness. Shockingly, in some cities, the homeless population has ballooned by over 40% in just the past few years. Today, we're diving into the top 10 Canadian cities facing a homelessness crisis in 2024. And let me tell you, some of these names might just surprise you. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Hamilton, Ontario. This city, known for its industrial roots, has seen a truly shocking rise in homelessness. The cost of rent in Hamilton has gone completely bonkers, making it nearly impossible for low-income residents to keep up. As of 2024, over 1,500 people in Hamilton are experiencing homelessness, and that number is climbing faster than a beaver up a maple tree. The city's shelter system is about as overwhelmed as a moose in a china shop, with many forced to seek refuge in tent encampments scattered across the city. There are some community-led efforts underway to tackle the issue, but the question remains, are these efforts enough to turn the tide? Coming in at number 9 is Winnipeg, Manitoba. This city, known for its frigid winters and even colder housing market, is grappling with a homelessness crisis that's as unforgiving as a prairie blizzard. As of 2024, an estimated 1,500 people in Winnipeg are experiencing homelessness. But many experts believe that number is about as accurate as a weather forecast 6 months out. Winnipeg's housing costs have been rising faster than the mercury drops in January, pushing low-income residents to the brink. Local authorities and community groups are working tirelessly to create more affordable housing and provide better emergency accommodations, particularly during the winter months. But with resources stretched thinner than a pancake breakfast at a lumberjack convention, many worry that these efforts won't be enough to stem the tide. Sliding into number 8 is Canada's capital city, Ottawa. Beyond the stately buildings and bureaucratic bustle lies a growing homelessness crisis that's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. As of 2024, Ottawa is home to over 1,000 homeless individuals, and that number, much like the government's budget, is likely much higher than reported. Ottawa faces a unique challenge. As Canada's capital, it's a magnet for refugees and asylum seekers, many of whom arrive with little more than hope and a suitcase full of dreams. Initiatives like the Housing First program, which aims to provide permanent housing to those in need, are a step in the right direction. But with the number of people needing assistance growing faster than a line at a beavertail stand during tulip season, the question remains, can Ottawa truly become a capital of compassion for its most vulnerable residents? At number 7, we head east to Halifax, Nova Scotia. This charming coastal city, known for its maritime history and delicious lobster rolls, is facing a homelessness crisis that's as rough as a storm on the North Atlantic. Once considered a relatively affordable city, Halifax has been hit with a double whammy of skyrocketing rent prices and a severe shortage of affordable housing. As of 2024, the city's homeless population has surpassed 1,000 individuals, a number that's climbed faster than the price of a donaire after a night out on Argyle Street. With winters that would make a Viking consider wearing a parka, many of the city's homeless are forced into unsafe living situations, including makeshift shelters or overcrowded shelters. The problem is further compounded by economic inequality and a growing influx of people moving to Halifax in search of a better life, only to find themselves priced out of the market. At number 6, we journey to Victoria, British Columbia. Now, you might picture Victoria as a city of gardens, afternoon tea, and maybe even a stray royal or two. But beneath its charming veneer lies a homelessness crisis that's as persistent as the fog rolling in from the Strait of Juan de Fuca. As of 2024, Victoria's homeless population has surpassed 1,000 individuals. And that number is about as easy to ignore as a flock of Canada geese on a golf course. Combine that with a shortage of affordable housing options and a lack of well-paying jobs, and you've got a recipe for a crisis that's leaving many residents feeling like they've been cast out of paradise. At number 5, we find ourselves in Edmonton, Alberta. Now, Edmonton is known for its oil industry, its love of hockey, and its ability to host a winter festival that would make a penguin feel right at home. But behind the city's booming economy and frosty facade lies a homelessness crisis that's as icy as a January morning on the prairies. As of 2024, Edmonton is home to over 2,200 individuals experiencing homelessness. When oil prices plummet, so do jobs and livelihoods, leaving many residents vulnerable to homelessness. Add to that a shortage of affordable housing options and a growing gap between the rich and the poor, and you've got a crisis that's threatening to overshadow Edmonton's bright lights and big dreams. Number 4, Vancouver, British Columbia, a city of contrasts. Now, Vancouver is known for its stunning natural beauty, its love of yoga pants, and its ability to make even the most ardent coffee snob weep with joy. But behind the city's glamorous facade lies a homelessness crisis that's as stark as the contrast between a mountain peak and the ocean depths. As of 2024, Vancouver is grappling with a homeless population of over 2,500 individuals. The influx of foreign buyers, combined with limited housing supply, has sent prices soaring higher than a bald eagle over Stanley Park. Add to that a growing income gap and a lack of affordable housing options, and you've got a recipe for a crisis that's leaving many Vancouverites feeling like they're living in two different cities. Number 3, Toronto, Ontario, a city of dreams and nightmares. Now, Toronto is Canada's largest city, a bustling metropolis known for its diverse population, its love of Drake, and its ability to make even the most seasoned commuter question their sanity. But behind the city's glittering skyline and cosmopolitan charm lies a homelessness crisis that's as relentless as a streetcar on Queen Street. As of 2024, Toronto's homeless population has surpassed a staggering 9,700 individuals. The city has become a magnet for young professionals and newcomers, all vying for a piece of the Toronto pie. But with a limited supply of affordable housing options and a growing income gap, many residents are finding themselves priced out of the very city they helped build. Number 2, Surrey, British Columbia, a crisis on the rise. Now, Surrey is often overshadowed by its flashier neighbour, Vancouver, but this rapidly growing city is facing a homelessness crisis that's demanding attention. As of 2024, Surrey's homeless population has surged to over 700 individuals. As Vancouver's housing market became increasingly detached from reality, many residents looked to Surrey as a more attainable option. Add to that a growing opioid crisis and a lack of mental health support, and you've got a perfect storm for a homelessness crisis that's leaving many residents feeling adrift. Number 1, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, an island in crisis. Now, Vancouver Island conjures up images of rugged coastlines, ancient forests, and maybe even a Sasquatch or two. But behind the island's natural beauty lies a homelessness crisis that's as vast and unforgiving as the Pacific Ocean that surrounds it. As of 2024, Vancouver Island is grappling with a homeless population that's estimated to be in the thousands. The influx of remote workers and retirees, combined with a limited housing supply, has sent prices soaring higher than a bald eagle on a thermal updraft. Add to that a lack of affordable housing options and a growing opioid crisis, and you've got a recipe for a crisis that's touching every corner of this beautiful but struggling island. So there you have it, the top 10 Canadian cities facing a homelessness crisis in 2024. It's a sobering reminder that even in a country as prosperous as Canada, far too many people are being left behind. But this isn't just a list of statistics, it's a call to action. The causes of homelessness are complex and multifaceted, but one thing is clear, we can and we must do better. Remember, compassion and understanding can go a long way, and sometimes even the smallest act of kindness can make a world of difference in someone's life.